Whoops, I had a little blip, so this is going to be a two-parter. How did that happen? That's weird. Anyway, so back to the food funeral. So you're going to have to get rid of the stuff. Now, some people, like I said, they're going to have a 1, 2, 3 day long food funeral while they have all their standard favorites. They go to all their restaurants and get it out of the way because they're never going there again. It wasn't that way for me. I was ready. I was already low carb, high fat with no grains and no sugars. So the switch from low carb, high fat to keto under 20 was a segue that, like, going to the low carb, high fat was the big move in giving up all grains and all sugars. Thank you, Dr. William Davis. And so now that you're doing that, you have to know that that food's going to still lurk there. It's going to be tempting. There could be cravings. That's why you need to stay in a keto community. Most of us don't have the support of a keto community outside of being here, outside of being on YouTube, outside of Facebook pages. And so we learn that this is the blessing of the big wide world of internet, is that we can find people that we can identify with, that we want to listen to and have work for us, right? I'm one. There's plenty more out there. Each one of us has our own style. Find somebody you gravitate to and stick with them. I have the keto coaching business, which gives you the basics. 1, 2, 3, we track, we weigh, we measure, we keep it very, very simple. We do not ketofy until you've had at least 6 solid months of strict keto. Does it sound like eternity? Well, yeah, and it could be. But if you're doing 1 day at a time with the basics, what you're supposed to do, then you will find 1 day turns into the next, turns into the next, turns into the next. And what a lot of us do, it's kind of cute. What a lot of us do is we may promise ourselves something for when we've lost a certain amount of weight, or we've done keto a certain amount of time, and we make this big plan, right? We're going to reward ourselves. And then the time comes and we are so fat adapted, keto adapted, we say, you know what? It was important for me to think that I could do that, but I really don't want to anymore. I feel so good doing my structured keto simplified that I don't want to have that. That's not a reward to me. And we change our reward system of food for a job well done, be it losing weight or, doing something in the gym a little bit better or getting a job. We drop food as a reward, and we find something else that works for us. A new spring perfume, for example, a new pair of boots, a pedicure, a manicure, a massage, a book, a keto recipe book, right? Or a month of ketocoachingsarah.com to keep ourselves, responsible and accountable to that other set of eyes. So we do different things with our reward system once we've been doing something and we feel that it's time for reward. Some people do it by the pound, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15. Other people do it with time in, I've done it strictly for such and such. Other people might treat themselves to a Fitbit. And because they've got more energy, they start adding the steps and doing, 5, 6, 10,000 steps every day. We all have a way of kind of just honoring that we're doing something different. And this all comes after the food funeral. The food funeral is just those first, it's that transition from standard American diet and all that stuff that stares at you. It's on all the ads. It's in every single magazine that you're reading. It's everywhere. It's even in TV shows and movies. Everybody's eating crap all the time. I mean, when you see a skinny person eating crap, really? Well, first of all, they're probably 18. They haven't had the babies yet. They haven't hit menopause, perimenopause. They might not even have their period yet. They're so young. How's that? And so, it's not going to be the same. It's not reality. It's not reality. So most of us here, my niche are is older metabolisms, older women mostly, some men, but people that thought that they never had another chance. That you mean at 60, I can actually have a food plan that's satiating. Do you know what satiating means? It means that I'm not craving, I'm not full. I'm not always hungry. I'm not craving the crap anymore. I've learned how to say no. I've learned how to squint. And so we can do all of this stuff now because we're not being in that horrible standard American diet world of like weight loss programs that have nothing to do with being healthy. So you can be an unhealthy 60-year-old woman that's lost 17 pounds and paid a lot of money to do it to that organization. And you know what I'm talking about, right? Just asking, why isn't Oprah 110 pounds by now? Just saying. Plans that are not designed to have you get bone thin, skinny as a rail, like an 18-year-old. They're not designed that way. They're going to take you as far as they're going to take you, and then you're going to hit a stall, and then you're going to get bored and restless. Then you're going to drop out. You're going to gain the weight. By then, they've changed the program again. It's all in the plan. And if you think that I'm crazy, you know I'm not. Whereas with keto, it is the same thing every day. It is at least in my world, it is a structured, basic program where you have 1 to 2 meals a day, ideally, and they are healthy. Their nutrition, you're getting bang for your buck. You look forward to them. You've developed a palate, a taste for them. And so it's how you go. And you don't want to do anything else. So the food funeral is really that transition till you get, your wits about you with keto. The new language starts to make sense. Tracking, if you've never done it before, starts to make sense. Weighing and measuring, if you've never done it before, it starts to make sense. And then maybe you will have that pantry purge. You will have that need to replace the good stuff with this getting rid of the standard American stuff, if there's any left after your food funeral, right? So you don't want to do that. And you can learn to do it. And I'm just going to keep it at food funeral and use the other topic that I had for another whole podcast, because obviously I'm on a tear here. And there's going to be 2 videos because I hit the off button by mistake. So this has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20. Food funerals are part of the process. And it's a really grown-up decision to get rid of that stuff, not in your belly, but in a pantry purge. But if you have to do it by way of a food funeral, by just stuffing and stuffing and stuffing, like the alcoholic drinking, what they call handles on the way to detox because they're never having it again. If you have to do it, okay. But if you don't have to do it, okay. And use a trash bag instead, okay. We're here. We're here to help you. You can do this. I know you can, because most of us here have done it. I mean, we didn't fall into keto at 22 and we're successes. Most of us have that. We are veterans. We are veterans of food plans for weight loss for decades, and we don't have to do it anymore. Aren't you glad you're here? I'm glad you're here. I will see you the next time. My name is Sarah. Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20. We got turtles here. We got cucumber. Whoops. We got pickles here, and we have snowflakes here. So keep tuning in, and you'll learn what those things are in my keto world. I'm so glad you're here. Bye-bye for now.